cool. So that's the movement. That's called the front and back crossovers. And I'm just gonna go over all the foundational steps in the series. So for this, I'm gonna break it down by levels. So for level 1 in the pure beginner, it's similar to the Suzy Q, where we're just gonna keep kind of like hooking our steps, keeping our thighs touching to keep it nice and clean. But instead of going from side to side, we're just gonna go forward and back. That's why it's called the front and back crossover. No pun intended. So it's forward on 1, which is our right, crossing that 2, and then that 3 is in place. So it's similar to our basic step, where we go 1, 2, 3, and it's just in place. Same thing with that 5, 6, 7, it's in place. So our 3 and our 7 is gonna stay in place, okay? So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, okay? So that's the footwork for the level 1. Now I'll break down level 2. Cool, so now for level 2, instead of just stepping, we're now gonna be twisting. Now how do we twist? Same thing with the Suzy Q. We go on our releve, that ball of the foot, to really emphasize those twists, keeping that torso forward, right? Now the key distinction between the Suzy Q and the front and back crossovers, besides the fact that Suzy Q is going from side to side and front and back crossover is going front and back, is the fact that we don't twist on the 2 and the 6. What do I mean by that? Here's the Suzy Q. 1, 2. You see how I twisted towards the left on that 2? And on that 5? 5, 6. You see how I twisted towards the right on that 6? We're twisting with every weight transfer on the Suzy Q. Whereas a front and back crossover, if you look, 1, 2, 3. You see, I didn't twist till that 3. So I held that 2, and then 3 is when I twisted back towards my right. And then 5, 6. I'm not twisting on that 6, I'm twisting on that 7 to go into that 1. So you have to practice holding that 2, even though you might want to twist, but I'll fuck up the look of the front and back crossover. And the last tip would be keeping your torso forward. And yeah, so that's the level 2. Now I'll break down. So for level 3, similar to the Suzy Q, I know I said that the bounce was more of a level 4, so I'm gonna leave that for level 4. Here, let me start over. Alright, cool. So now for level 3. Alright, cool. So now for level 3, we're gonna add this really passe into our front and back crossovers while staying on our releve, yes? So instead of just going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, to make it look cleaner, really bring up that leg on that transition up to kind of that knee. That big toe should be touching that knee. That's what one of my instructors, Carol Flores, emphasizes when doing the passe, but she does it for spinning. But we can add it to our simple front and back crossover. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Obviously, this is textbook perfect, so if the song is really quick and you can't really reach or have enough time to reach that passe, that's cool. But I will say, the higher you could bring up that leg for that transition to show that twist, the cleaner it'll look, yes? So that's level 3. Now for level 4, and this is the part where I'm at and I'm kind of struggling to add into my Okay, so hopefully you made it to level 4, or if you're just peeking and just want to see where you can work up to, that's cool too. So for level 4, what we're gonna add is this bounce. Now, different from the Suzy Q. Suzy Q's, we added the bounce by being on our releve, but then stepping down or bending more that back leg on those 3s and that 7. Yes? To add that level change. But on the front and back crossovers, since we're twisting on that 3 and on that 7, we're holding the 2s and 6s, right? So those are gonna be our steps or our level changes. So we're gonna go 1, 2. You could almost put a flat foot. If you don't have time, that's okay, but you can just emphasize more of a bend. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, down, up. 1, down, releve. 1, down, releve. 1, down, releve. 5, down, releve. There, I kind of tripped up. Don't judge me though. So that's level 4. And now I'll break down the body movement so you have before the body movement, since the hips are already taken care of by the twist, really it's just all these foundational moves. I really just want you to focus on, remember, retracting that scapula like you're in the gym and about a bench press, keeping those elbows in and those hands right here by your nipple. And kind of what I'm also struggling with right now is my right hand is very flowy, but if you pay close attention, my left hand is kind of stiff. So right now what I'm trying to do is focusing on keeping those, what's it called, scapula, that scapula retracted, and those shoulder blades moving, which are causing our elbows, not our elbows, our shoulders to move. But also like flapping this hand, because if not, if you're just like this looks weird, right? Don't get me wrong, this looks like very dinosaur. It's when you add that sway from the hand, that's when it looks like cool. And to do that, to make it look nicer, at least for me right now at this level, is keeping in mind that my left has to sway. And why is my left not that dominant at swaying? It's very simple, because in partner work, for us leads, we're usually holding onto the left hand, right? Our right is usually open, so it's usually the one that's flapping. So we just have more muscle memory on that right, which makes it look flowy. So it's an easy correction. It's just add more reps with your left to make it look flowy, and that's it. Just putting that intention in mind, and over time through the consistency, it should get better. And yeah, that's it. So that was a front and back crossover. It's very foundational by levels. It's really good to practice that hold of the twist. That's what you should really be practicing on, at least this move, and changing your level on that 6 once you get over the beginner stages, right? And the body movement is very foundational to salsa, so I didn't go too much in depth into these videos, just because I have other videos that are breaking that down for me. So that said, thank you for watching, and remember, the mirror is a huge liar, okay? So record yourself. Later.